Hello, everybody. Please, can you give me a thumbs up or a yes, I can hear you in the chat, just to let me know that you can see me and all my tech is working okay. Phew! Fantastic. Thank you so much to everybody for being here. That is wonderful. So welcome to today's Lunch and Learn session, all about how to use all 7 marketing P's to grow your business profitably. Hopefully we're going to have a bit of fun while you have your lunch today, as well as learning how to grow your business. So first of all, we will look at our agenda just for the next hour. We're going to be just under an hour, hopefully, leaving a little bit of time for Q&A at the end if we can. So first of all, we're going to look at why you're here, why I think you're here, then why I'm here. Then I'm going to give you the 3 key takeaways to help you to actually have some action points that you can take back to your business and actually start using straight away, so we can really take 2022 by the scruff of its neck and make things happen this year for us. And then I'm going to show you where all of this fits into the overall marketing planning process. And I've got a discount for you for a marketing resource that helps you to do the whole marketing planning process. But let's dig in straight away. So, now this is fun, right? We're going to have a few quizzes. So I thought we're just going to have a little practice, first of all, just to break the ice and see how we get on with the quizzes. So let's see if this works, first of all. So if you have a look in the chat, you should be able to see a question about P's. Today, we are doing all about the marketing P's. So have a little vote now and let's see if we're, oh my word, amazing. I can see you all voting. Well done. Can you all see the results as well yet? Oh, I can see. It's quite interesting. I'll give you one more minute and then I will tell you the results of the poll. 3, 2, people are still voting. 1. There you go. The results of the poll are 57% of people love peas, 11% want to stick with carrots, and 30%, who I can only assume are us northerners, like our peas mushy and with mint sauce. Marvellous. So we know how to do that. We're going to do a couple of those throughout. So, why are you here? I've got a few ideas about why you're here. I think they might be because you want to grow your business, perhaps. You've tried some marketing and it hasn't given you the results you want. So you want to do some more marketing and you want to do it better so you get better results. Perhaps you're responsible for marketing but have had no marketing training or experience, or you just want to make 2022 your year. If there are any other reasons why you're here that I haven't thought about, please pop them in the chat and I will attempt to cover anything that I haven't thought of in the Q&A at the end. So what I often hear is that people think marketing is one of these things. They have tried these before and they perhaps just haven't worked for them and just think marketing isn't going to work, that you're not going to get a good return on your investment. Perhaps it just doesn't work in your industry, or perhaps it's just too expensive. But I want to help you to understand that that isn't the case. This is fake news. These are false beliefs. We are going to make marketing work for you and your business, and by utilizing all 7 P's, that is one way that we can do that. Okay, just before we get into that, why am I here? I'm not going to dwell on this. I don't want to bore you to death, but I just think it is really important for you to understand that you are safe in my hands. So I've been in a marketing role for nearly 30 years. I'm a chartered marketer. I'm a fellow of the Chartered Institute of Marketing. That picture of me is at the House of Lords at the Chartered Institute of Marketing dinner. But also what it's important for you to know is that I do a lot of continuing professional development all of the time. I've got a team behind me that add breadth to what I do, certainly a lot on the technical side, and also Fill the Gap Marketing itself. We've been running for 12 years, so we've worked with a huge variety of small and medium-sized businesses. So what I'm going to tell you today, I've used in my own business and I use for my clients' business, and now I'm going to show you how you can use it in your businesses. So what I'm going to show you is that marketing is so much more than just promotion. I'm going to show you how you can use all the 7 P's of the marketing mix to grow your business profitably, and also that even this is still only a small part of the marketing process. There's so much you can do to help you to grow. Marketing is so much more than people realize. So just a quick point, if you can, I'm going to cover quite a lot. You will receive a recording tomorrow, tech allowing, of this, so don't worry too much, but if you can focus, that would be appreciated. Thank you. Oh, and I mentioned some discount that I'm going to give you as a thank you for staying throughout the presentation. So if you stay towards the end, I will show you where you can put that code to receive that money off. Right. Okay, without further ado, let's get into the 3 takeaways that I have promised you. So I've got a little picture of the peas there. My little face is covering them. Is it covering them on yours? So takeaway number 1, what are the other 6 P's and how to use them? What I want you to be thinking about is, what are the marketing P's? So guess what? It is time for a quiz. So I'm going to pop a quiz in the poll, in the chat. Just bear with me while I get the right one. Now, I thought I didn't want to be too mean this early on in the presentation. So what I thought I would do, rather than ask you what you think all 7 P's are, is I have popped in here 8 P's. And what I think I'd like you to do is tell me which one of these is not one of the 7 P's of the marketing mix. So please vote now and tell me which one of these you think is not one of the marketing mix that I'm going to talk about today. And no Googling it right now. You're only cheating yourself if you do that. Okay, everyone's thinking about it. Give me a bit longer. Interesting. Oh, by the way, the incorrect answer is winning at the moment. So anybody who hasn't voted, think carefully. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Closing the poll now. There we go. Right, I think you should be able to see the results of this poll in your chat. So, promotion, yes, we all know that is a P. I gave you that one, to be fair. So, well done. Somebody did say promotion. Let's not dwell. Product, yes. Nobody said product. Well done. That is one of the P's. Price, of course, is one of the P's. Place is one of the P's. So 20% of the people said price, 12% said place. Sadly, you're incorrect. The one that is incorrect, that is not part of the marketing mix, although it's very important in marketing, is prospect. A quarter of you said prospect. People, part of the marketing mix. Physical evidence, is part of the marketing mix. 37% of you said that. And everyone knew that process was, which is interesting. Okay, well done, everybody. So here we are. Takeaway number 1. These are the 7 P's of marketing. So what we're going to go through today is what they all are, what they mean, how you can use them in your business. So I'm going to start with product or service. Just before I launch into this, just to say, I don't know whether perhaps some of you may have heard of the 4 P's of marketing. That's how many there used to be when I first studied marketing. And then it was in later years, they added 3 more P's to cover the service element of marketing, because originally marketing was very much focused on product, B2C kind of businesses. So the 3 that were added later, which was people, physical evidence and process, and more based on service industries. However, all of the first 4 P's are relevant for service as well. So for product, you can also read service. So your product, there is so much that you can do with your product. Don't just think that it's cut and dried and that's what you do. You can actually use this in quite a tactical way in order to attract more clients to your business. In terms of, do you understand how your clients use your product, what benefits they seek, what problems you solve for them, what are they looking for in terms of how they might want to use it in the future? If you fully understand what problems you solve, your continuing product development can actually create new products that you might not have thought of yet, because you're solving a problem. So you need to make sure that you're customer focused in terms of your new product development. I have actually got an example here. I thought I would choose Marmite because, as well as fantastic product marketing, they're obviously fantastic with their marketing communications as well. But if you think about Marmite, we all know it's a yeast extract that you can spread on your toast, but there are so many products now in the Marmite range. This is how they've used product to grow their business. They've extended their product range. When I was doing the research for this webinar, I even discovered a Marmite board game. So have a think about your product or service. Have a think about your customers, most importantly. Match the 2 up and think, could I grow my business by actually offering my service in a different way? Could you extend it? Could you add something, take something away? Think about how you solve people's problems and what you could do with your product itself. Okay, the next one is place. Now, this is a bit of a cheeky P, actually. It really does mean distribution or route to market, as well as physical place. It's about how you get your product into the hands of your customers or your service. How does that happen? So, for instance, if you are a product, you can either sell through retail, you can sell through distributors, or you can sell direct to the consumer through e-commerce, or perhaps you might license your business. You might have franchisees. If you are a business to business, you might do direct sales. You might have multi-level marketing, multi-channel marketing. There's so many different ways to get to market. So have a think about your business. Think, is there another channel that I could use? The example here that I've got for you is Champneys Health Spa. So if you think about that, it's a very service-oriented business. You have to be at the spa to enjoy their facilities. However, what they've done in terms of using place as a P to grow their business is they now sell their Champneys products through e-commerce, so you can buy those directly from them online, and also they sell them through Boots, for example, through stores. So they've used route to market in order to sell more. So have a think about your own product or service, and could you actually reach your customers in a different way than what you're doing now? The next slide we have got, if the technology will allow me to click, is price. Wow, now there is so much to say about price. This is an entire module all on its own. In fact, I will send you out a little spreadsheet that I've got which helps you with this, because the first thing that you should know, and a really important marketing thing that you need to know, which you might actually think is more of an accounts thing, is the costs involved in your business. So do you know the cost of sales for your business? This is really important. One of the most basic ways of using price is called cost plus pricing, and it's probably what many of you are doing, maybe. So that's where you're just literally, you know how much it costs you to produce something or to service something, and then you add your margin on top. If you don't properly understand how much it is costing you with all your overheads and everything to produce or deliver, then that's definitely an exercise I suggest that you go away and do straight away. As I say, I will send over in the next day or two a little formula to help you to do that. So that's one price strategy that you can use. But other ways of looking at pricing is, of course, in terms of what your competitors are charging, what you know that your customers are prepared to pay. You might, for instance, want to use a loss leader, which is where you knowingly sell something below cost price. So you're actually making a loss. But the idea is, once you've started to build a relationship and gained that trust with someone, which is really important in terms of your marketing, because you need people to know, like, and trust you, maybe try, and then buy, repeat, buy, refer. That's the marketing communication continuum. So sometimes, in order to help people to trust you, you might want them to buy something that's a little bit cheaper, start that relationship, and that's actually part of your marketing funnel, if you like. Then you can go on to sell the higher priced product that is the one that's going to make you the money. So is there something in your business that you could use for that? You can also use price, of course, in terms of offers, sales, that kind of thing. I would be, depending on what your business is, unless you have decided on a strategy of low cost and kind of bargain, and that's that kind of, if you were selling on a cheap price, I'd be very careful with discounts and promotions, because you don't want to devalue your brand, and I'll touch on that again in a moment. But if you are looking at your figures for the month, for example, and you think you've got a quite quiet period and you could do with a bit of an influx, you might think, oh, let's do a sales promotion and have a strategic pricing strategy. But if you do that and you do have a discount for a period, have a reason for that, make an excuse, make it the boss's birthday, or you're celebrating a big win or something. And in that way, you can actually offer discounted prices without devaluing your brand. So there's a lot you can do with price. And just before we move on from this slide, I just wanted to give another example. For instance, the Holiday Inn. So Holiday Inn was always known as a prestigious hotel, an expensive hotel. But one way that they've actually expanded their audience, their target market, was by introducing the Holiday Inn, the Holiday Inn Express brand. So that was a less luxurious hotel at a cheaper price point, but they actually gave it a slightly different brand name, so as not to devalue the Holiday Inn luxurious brand. So they've used a combination of marketing, promotions, branding, and pricing. They've used these different marketing pieces together in order to grow their business profitably. But really it's price that is the big difference there, but they've made the product match the price. Okay, the next P. Hope everyone's okay. Put in the chat, are you all okay? Any questions so far? Am I going too fast, too slow? Let me know how you're going and I will move on to the next question. People, right, this is one of the P's that was brought in more recently, and this is all about everybody who comes into contact with the customers in your business. And if I'm honest, the way that I like to think about this is it is pretty much everybody. I think even down to the cleaner, everyone should be trained in customer service in some respects, because if a client visits the facilities in your business and they're not how they would expect to find them, that has an impact on your business. So people, this is about how well your people are trained. It's about customer service. It's about, do the people in your business understand the values and beliefs that you want them to have about your business, and do they communicate that smoothly and efficiently to your customers? Are your team all facing in the right direction, pulling in the same direction? So is that impression that your customers are getting all A-OK, everyone is happy and smiling and delivering excellent customer service? So this is a marketing strategy that you can use. So if you actually have a look at your team, or if it's even if it's just yourself, is there anything that you could do to improve the impression that people get of your people, of yourself? Do you need to do some of your own training, for example? But I think this is most relevant when you've got a team. Is everybody pulling in the same direction? Is there anything that you can do to help communicate this? Okay. Physical evidence. So this is the one that most people didn't think was one of the marketing P's, which in fact it is. This is the reflection that you give of your business to the outside world. So if you bear in mind that this was one of the P's that was added specifically really for service businesses. So for example, if you were a restaurant, let's look at it in that kind of light. It might be, are all your staff wearing uniforms? What is your signage like? Does your shop front look clean and smart and well decorated? Have you got a really nicely designed brand? Is all of your paperwork, you know, when people perhaps get a receipt, or your menus, is all of your paperwork nicely branded and aligned and integrated and consistent and matching? Integration, consistent and matching is so important in all of your marketing. And that's what physical evidence is about. Going back to that cleaner in the facilities, if your toilets are dirty, what impression is that giving of your restaurant, for example? If there's carpets are threadbare, all of this is important in terms of the physical evidence that you're demonstrating about your business. Okay, how many P's? Process. Now this is the one I think, if you're going to be able to make one big difference in your business today, I think this might be the one. So process, I summarize as, how easy is it to buy from you? What I really suggest you do today, after you've finished here, please do stay to the end, walk yourself through your customer journey. Whether you are selling a product, whether you're selling a service, however you do it, whether it's e-commerce, whatever you do, put yourself in your customer's shoes and have a look at how easy it is for them to buy from you. Do they have to do 10 clicks on your website? Do they have to log on 3 times? Do they have to click to accept loads of different things? Do they have to fight their way through loads of different chairs to get to the checkout? Can they find what they want? How easy is it to buy from you? If you're a business to business and you're doing direct sales, how good are your proposals? How easy is it for them to see exactly what they're getting, what the benefits are, how much it costs? Just really imagine you are the client. It's lovely to do this maybe with somebody else as well who doesn't know your business, to see how easy it is to understand, because you will be amazed. You assume so many things when you know your own business and you think it's easy, or perhaps you've been using the same process for years and years and you just never thought to see how difficult or easy it was. So do a little audit of your customer journey, it's what we officially call it, and see if there's any process in there that you can use to make it a little smoother. Okay. Right, so we've covered the 7 P's. Can you all remember what they were? I'm not going to test you yet, don't worry. No quiz yet. We've got one more quiz to come, not yet, shortly. Okay, but takeaway number 2 is about the importance of integrating all 7 P's and how to do it. Now, I've alluded to this already as I've been speaking, but I'm just going to sort of give you a little bit of an explanation and an example next. So imagine that your product is, I've just done here, a shiny pink box. It's a premium, wonderful, shiny pink box. It could be a product or a service, as I mentioned, it doesn't matter. Now, you'll see here on these next few slides, I've got customers on every slide, because great marketing has customers at its heart. Marketing is about how well you can serve your customers profitably. So it must, that's my definition. It's a process. Customers has to be at the heart. That is part of your marketing planning process, which isn't covered in this particular live lesson, but it's so important that I put that there to remind you. So this wonderful pink box has been fully researched, and I know that this is exactly what my clients are looking for from their pink box research, and that's what they want. So we're assuming that for this example. Okay. And because it's such a wonderful pink box that ticks all of their boxes, I'm going to be charging a premium price because I know it's a premium product. So that is matching. If you have a low price and a premium product, you're actually doing yourself a disservice, because certainly in many countries, and the UK definitely, we associate a cheap price with poor quality and a higher price with a premium quality. So if you're cheap, people might assume that you're not actually very good at what you do. So be really careful that you're not doing that. Most small businesses put their price up. So bear in mind what I said about pricing earlier, and have a think about whether or not you could put your price up. There are a lot of things to consider, I know, in terms of competitors and what your customers will pay. One tip is there is one way to find out if you can put your price up, and that is do a little experiment and test it and see. But you might actually find you do more sales if you put your price up. So matching premium product, premium price, and obviously that works vice versa. Now, place in terms of distribution, we've decided for this premium product, we're going to do telephone sales. We actually going to have a shop, and we're going to do online sales. And just to mention another element of actually place or distribution is about the convenience of buying your product or service. So actually, I discovered in my research, theoretically, that people want to be able to buy this 24 hours a day. So by extending my opening hours, I've actually grown my business there by using convenience been able to buy it as a way to grow my business. So that's something that many people don't often think about in terms of how could they grow. Well, you know, could you be open a bit longer? It doesn't have to be you. Obviously, you can think about how that would work in your business. And then I've got matching excellent customer care because it's a premium product. Again, make sure that all of that is aligned. If people are paying a premium price, they would expect to be looked after. And that includes pre-sale and after sale. People love a good after sale service when they've bought something and they get that lovely reassurance that they're getting some nice paperwork. Sometimes you get little sweets in your packaging when it arrives and you've got that big wow. That's the sort of thing that just makes people think, yeah, I've made the right purchase decision there. That's the sort of thing we're aiming at here. And then process, I've got a lady on roller skates here. How smooth is your process? Make it really easy from start to finish, even any aftercare that you might have. If you've got a premium product, make it really smooth all the way through, and the physical evidence is reflecting all of that. And of course, in terms of promotion, if we are promoting a premium product, we will promote it in premium places. So we probably won't be advertising it in the corner shop. We will be more likely to advertise it in premium magazines, or I might be doing some kind of paid for display advertising that I only want to show to affluent people, for example. So if you align all of your marketing P's in this way, each one, if you adjust it, is an opportunity to grow your business. But just make sure that they are all aligned and delivering that same message. The message might be subliminal, but it needs to match what you're actually saying in your marketing communications. That's really important. If you say you're premium, you must be premium, you must act premium, everything must reflect premium and vice versa. Right, just a couple of examples now. Can everyone still hear okay? I know, don't want anyone to be frozen. Is everyone still hearing okay? I think someone said they were frozen on people. Is everyone still okay? Yes, thank you, Natasha. Thanks, Lucy and Vicky. Fantastic. Okay. Phew, that's fantastic. Just one person then, must be their end. Lovely. Okay, who is going to buy a Rolex watch if they have seen it taped to an advert for it, taped to a lamppost, written in biro, and it said brand new, £25, and phone this mobile number? Who is going to rush to buy that? I'm thinking not very many people, because this is a situation where the product is not matching, the distribution of the product isn't matching, the price isn't matching, none of it is matching. All of these P's are not adding up. We don't believe it. It's either stolen or a rip-off. We just don't believe it. Exactly, Jessie. Yes. So that's an extreme example, but that's what I'm saying. If you're saying you're really good and everything else isn't aligned to that, then people won't believe you. So make sure everything is aligned. Just a slightly more realistic example for you here. Let's imagine you're a pen manufacturer. If you decided to target school children, this is part of your strategy, which you would have done in your marketing planning process. You thought, right, targeting school children is what I want to do. I know that I can really match their needs with my products. You would decide to sell them perhaps coloured ballpoint pens. That's your product. You know that will be sold at a low price. You would sell them through news agents and stationers, where perhaps they go and buy their sweets and their comics, and you would promote them through point of sale material. You might have a website with funny games on for them to go and play, but that's the kind of marketing mix that you would have if you were a pen manufacturer targeting school children. If, however, you were the same pen manufacturer, but you were targeting business executives, that's what your strategy had decided upon, then you would have a totally different product for them. You might be thinking, actually, what I want to create as my product is a gold fountain pen. So therefore, the price point would be totally different. You might extend the offer to include insurance. You wouldn't sell it in corner shops. You would sell it in high-end jewelers and department stores. You might even include some people in there where they're trained to show you how to use it or which one is best for your style of handwriting. You might promote them in glossy magazines and Sunday supplements, for example. So you can see just two easy examples about how each of the different elements of the marketing mix can be changed to help you to grow your business. Because what you can do, of course, is you don't have to just have one product on one marketing mix. As I mentioned, for example, in the Holiday Inn example, you can have two. You have to be careful not to confuse the market. But in this example, two totally separate markets, you could absolutely have two totally different marketing mix messages in order to grow your business. It's a great way to expand your business. Okay. So takeaway number 3, hopefully everyone's finding this useful. Where do the 7 Ps fit into the overall marketing planning process? And how can they help you to grow your business profitably? I haven't got a quiz for this yet, although I do have a quiz coming up in just a second. But just have a think to yourself where you think it might be. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. In the audit, the objectives, the strategy, or the tactics. And then I'll show you now where it actually is. And you can tell me in the chat whether you got it right or not. It's actually your marketing tactics, your marketing mix, which is what the 7 Ps are actually your marketing tactics. And you shouldn't really be using your marketing tactics until you have done your marketing audit, till you know what your marketing objectives are, until you have worked out your marketing strategy. A marketing strategy is all about segmenting your market, targeting your market, and working out positioning within the market. So it's nearly my favorite bit in the presentation. So it's the next quiz coming up. Right. Can you all see my map? Can you please, I'm going to put my next quiz up. Tell me how I find the treasure, please. I've put the quiz in the chat. Please, can you give me directions to find the treasure? Vote now. Is anyone voting? No. Is everyone struggling with this? That's it. Thank you. No one thinks, oh yes, someone thinks it's on the left now. Most people thinks it's in front. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm going to end the poll, show you what you all said. Hopefully you can see those results. 66% said it was in front of you. 11% said it was behind me. 16% said it was on my right, and only 5% said it was on my left. How did you know? How did you know? Oh, we did do the quiz. You couldn't tell me, really, could you, how to find the treasure, because you didn't know where I was coming from. The only way that you can give me directions to somewhere is by understanding where I am coming from first. So that was a trick question. I'm really sorry about that. But I really wanted to demonstrate the value of having a marketing plan. So that's what a marketing plan does for you. It tells you where you are now, and then it gives you a route map to success in order to get to where you want to be. So if you've ever said any of these things, or if you've heard anyone else say them, these are signs that you need a marketing plan for your business. These are signs that you're trying to get somewhere, but you don't know where you are now, and therefore you haven't got this route map to your success, because you're just guessing like you were in that last quiz, because you know the chances of getting it right is always going to be a bit trial and error, because you haven't got that marketing plan in place which gives you a very specific route map. So just to bring up your marketing plan structure again, this is what you need to have in your marketing plan. It's based on a model by PR Smith, which we've amended very slightly, and that we use in our agency and with our clients. So the first thing you need to do is understand your current position. And I mentioned there a lot about customers. The first thing I would suggest that you do is a customer survey. Understand your customers, look at your competitors, look at the marketplace, look at that would include generally what's happening with the economy, what's happening with your suppliers that you might be reliant on. So you do all of this research, and then you would do a analysis of all of that research so that you can understand your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities and threats. And then from there, match that with what's happening internally. So you do a big internal audit. So you could do a marketing audit of all 7 Ps, not just promotion, marketing audit of all 7 Ps to understand where you are now with all of those, and align that with what's happening in the market. And then think to yourself, right, what do we want to achieve in our business? So set some SMART objectives. I'm only touching on this briefly because I wanted to show you where the marketing Ps fit into the overall marketing planning process, but I'm so passionate about this, I did want to just briefly touch on it so you know what a marketing plan is. So number 2, you set your SMART objectives, which basically means make them measurable and in a specific time. And then strategy, as I mentioned earlier, this is about segmenting your market, which is think about all the different segments, different types of customer group that you could possibly target. Then you work out which ones are the best to target for you, so the best match, the people who are more likely to buy from you, that are more likely to most easy to reach, for example, most sizable. And then you want to work out your positioning, and this is really key. You would work out your marketing pillars in terms of what problem do you solve for them, and we have a structure of 9 different questions that we go through to work out the positioning statement, which is all different aspects of people moving through the marketing funnel from unaware to advocate, and you'll have a different marketing message for each stage of the buying process. So that would all come under the positioning, which is part of your strategy moving into tactics. And then you would get to tactics, and that's where you would start using all of your marketing mix. And then, of course, it's really important to measure your marketing. I did say on one of the earlier slides, people wonder how they can measure marketing, like how do they know it's working? How you can know it is working is if you set a clear objective measurable objective about what you want something to achieve, and then have a look whether you achieved it, then you'll know if it's worked. So if you just do something randomly, like turn up at an exhibition, for example, you're not going to know if that's worked if you didn't set yourself a target, for example, of making 5 appointments that day. It might do more than that because it will raise awareness, but if you set specific targets for each of your marketing communications, then you'll know if it worked. Okay, if you are excited to move on to the next level and you would like to learn the exact roadmap and how to implement it step by step, I can offer you the Fill the Gap Marketing Academy, because I'm just going to really, really briefly touch on this. Obviously, what I've shared today is only just a little bit of the whole marketing planning process and what I've got in there. So if you did want to do that, as a thank you for staying on this webinar, we've given you this discount code FTG7P, and you get, that's not 7 pence, that's 7Ps, 7P, 20% off of the Marketing Academy, which, as I say there, it doesn't just tell you what to do, it shows you how to do it, and it's got loads of downloadable templates that you literally just fill in. You do the research yourself, you fill it in, and it gives you a bespoke roadmap for your own marketing plan. There's 12 modules, 54 bite-sized lessons, a bit like this, but then each one I'll walk you through all of each module has got downloadable templates, and I'll walk you through how to fill them in, how to research them, how to work out what to put on them. And at the end, you end up with a complete marketing plan. As well as all of that, I've done a little time management planner, so you can see how you can fit it into 48 hours if you wish. We've got a members only Facebook group, which you can join. That's where you can ask questions, and you've got access to myself and the team. Anytime you like it, UK working hours. We'll have regular live Q&A sessions in the Facebook group, email support. Any new material gets added to the Academy all of the time. And I'm so passionate about this, and I know that it works because I've been doing it for so many years. There is 100% money back guarantee. So if you don't think it's helped with your marketing, just tell me and I will give you all of your money back. So you've got nothing to lose and everything to gain. So yeah, I've just said there, you know, every day that you're posting the wrong thing on social media, well, you think you might, but you don't know, or you could be charging more for your product or service, but you don't know. You know, maybe give the Academy a go, because, you know, you've got everything to gain. It really has been well received so far. And I don't really want to keep talking about it too long. I'll just say one more thing, which is I've got a 94% learner satisfaction score, which I'm really proud of, which is from feedback of a results-driven marketing workshops that I delivered for years at the University of Lincoln. And that wasn't even anywhere near as good in terms of the amount of content that I was able to deliver in the time that I had there. So you should have plenty of peace of mind in terms of what level of content that you get. So there you go. That is the bonus for you there. And I do believe that Hayley has set this up, if I do this right. Like if you click on offers in the sidebar, you might be able to, I think, have a look in your sidebar now. You might be able to just click that link. But if not, Hayley's going to put the link in the browser as well. So all that really leaves me to say is, have you got any questions? We've just got 10 minutes left. So if you've got any questions you would like to ask me, then please just pop them in the chat, and I would be delighted to answer them. Oh, before I go, do you notice that I put a lot of trees in the background of my slides. The reason that I did that was because I absolutely love this. It's a Chinese saying, I believe, which is the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, and the second best time is now. So it's all about action takers are money makers. So if you've got any questions, then please ask. So I can see one there from Janine. Suggestions for any new business with zero marketing budget. Zero marketing budget is a difficult one, obviously, but I would suggest my favorite way of doing marketing is by helping others. So what, I don't know what you do, Janine. If you want to pop that in the chat, that would help. But certainly social media is going to be your friend. Networking events also. I grew Fill the Gap marketing a lot through networking in the early days, and then going to networking and understanding how you could help others. I did lots and lots of speaking and sharing my knowledge, and that's how I got my name known, by becoming an expert in what I do. I've just launched a platform for digitizing recipes. So I don't know whether it's all about understanding who your clients are and what platform they're on. So if the best thing to do is, Janine, is if you stay on the chat at the end, Hayley will send you a link. And if you have got, because I need to understand a bit more, but in terms of free stuff, I would say Facebook groups work really well. So understand who your target market are, invite people to your Facebook group, and then share lots of useful content, do webinars like this, and then following on from this, you can create an email series and keep in contact with them that way. I would say MailChimp is a free email platform. LinkedIn is really useful if they're professional people. And the way that LinkedIn works really well is if you engage and help others, share other people's content, that way you become known as somebody who just, if you help other people, people will want to help you. So actually, I've found that way is a really positive way to grow your business. And I know a lot of people that have had a success with LinkedIn using it that way. In terms of free, LinkedIn do a sales navigator, which you can get at least 30-day free trial, which you can use like a database. But yeah, they're sort of a few quick and easy free ones. But let me know if you've got any other questions. Just one more thing before I go. If anybody does want to invest in the Fill the Gap Marketing Academy, we do offer an easy pay option, which you can still have the 20% off, which is over 3 months, and that's £333 over 3 months. That's without the 20% off, so you'll get 20% off that, and you can find that on the same discount code that Hayley's put in the chat. So if anybody has got any further questions, please let us know now. Otherwise, we shall say thank you very much indeed for attending, and we'll send the recording over to you in the next day or so, and we'll keep you informed of the next Lunch and Learn, which will be happening next month. Thank you very much indeed for coming, and I wish you every success. Bye.